Hi YouTubers, at the moment I'm working on some push sticks for my jointer planer. These could be used for other things too. The first thing I did is I took a panel saw and I copied the handle onto a piece of plywood. I'm using quite a nice thick piece. This is almost an inch wide. I think it's 15/16 of an inch. And once I'd done that, I cut it out on the bandsaw, used a router with a round over bit, just went around the edges and produced this. Now the original design was a little bit long, so I ran it across the table saw against the fence and was able to reduce it. That's the cut off there, you can see. So reduced it a little bit, went from that to that. I've got these mending brackets. I've got a couple of different designs. That one is a one piece, and then I've got these smaller ones which came in a pack of 4. They are the same width, which is useful, but if I put 3 together like that, you can see that they're slightly longer than the other one. So what I did is I just cut from this kind of plywood. It's 18mm or 3/4 ply. This is a 7 ply, nice and rigid. Out of that I cut a piece of wood that was the same size, just ran that on the table saw, no problem there. And then I used a round over bit to round the top, as I did here, and laid it out. You can see that there. I went round with the pencil. That gave me these 2 lines, and then I just eyeballed it basically with a drill. Went through it 3 times, flipped it over, did a bit of countersink, and then I just held this in place and then went through again to establish some fixing holes, at which point I glued and screwed into the handle. So there's that's held in place with glue, and when that dries that should be nice and strong. Whoops. I'm doing a little bit of glue on here, a little bit too much actually. Spreading that out, I've got too much there. Spreading that out, and I'm going to line this up because I did this randomly. I just have to check that it's the right way around. It goes this way. So I'll line that up. Screw it in. There's too much glue on here, so it's a bit slippery. And the others should go in now, now that I've got one in. There we go. Okay, so there's a little bit of squeeze out, quite a lot of squeeze out. Okay, so there's a second one ready. So to fit this, I'm just going to make some marks with a pencil. I'm just going to choose 4 locations. These are quite small screws, so making 4 holes with the bradawl. Putting this back on, pushing the screw in. Just be careful you don't catch yourself here. That's fine. These are little stainless steel screws, but I think they'll do a nice job. So there we go, that's the pair fully constructed. This was easier to put on. I only had to put 6 screws in here. That's perfectly adequate. I put 12 in this because I had 3 different plates. The way I finished most of these sorts of jigs and things, I like to paint things orange so I can see that I've made them. Brightens up the workshop. So liquor paint, probably 2 coats, and then they'll be ready for service. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of the video. I put 2 coats of paint on here last night. I think that's enough. This is just really it's just a tool. Feels good in the hand. Why I like this saw design is that when you push down on it, you also get a slight feeling that you're pushing forward. So when you're pushing something across a planer, you get a really good grip. And it really doesn't make a lot of marks. I mean, there may be a few little dings in the top, same with this one. But there we are, easy to make, definitely worth having. I like to paint everything orange, just so I can see it when I need to find it. Hope you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe.